public health hazard. You're irresponsible.
I'm a public, what? Are you gonna run away too after saying that? Because I have a counter to that.
I don't want to hear your counter.
Are you a doctor?
It's clear, no, but he is.
Okay. Sir, are you aware that there are thousands now of doctors?
No, we don't want to hear your poison.
Oh, you don't?
No, we don't want to hear your poison.
What I'm aware of is that there's a disinformation campaign spread by people like you. You don't need to be muzzled. You can say anything you want, but it's all caca because science actually has proven.
Don't get close to them.
Yeah, that's right. You are an infectious agent. You're
infectious.
Yes, we can have one.
Yeah.
And so the bottom line is, if you look at countries like South Korea, Taiwan, and Japan, you can see that people that actually cooperated and wore masks, they don't have the virus. We have the most virus on the planet because of people like you that refuse to understand this is real.
Do you think that because so many states, like Washington State, has mandatory masks required even walking outside, walking down the street, their cases have skyrocketed?
That's because
So
there's a
if
lot of
masks
people
work-
around that aren't still wearing masks.
Work. Why are cases so skyrocketing?
Because people don't wear masks.
People like
They
you
do.
stand here
No,
and do
but they
this.
don't. That's
They
the problem.
do in Washington.
That's why-
Yes, but you know what?
Because you people do this.
The people
That's
come
why.
in from South Dakota
Can I just ask you-
and all the other states that have high numbers, and they go and visit, and they
seriously
bring the
just asked
virus
that
in there.
question?
In Europe.
And there's a lot of people that
You don't
don't
have to
wear
get
it.
emotional, sir. I just wanted to have a discussion.
So,
but,
you know-
there are literally
you know-
thousands of doctors who are having a lawsuit against a European
Well, that's
country.
because they're idiots.
What
they
does
don't
any of
understand
that
science.
matter?
Wait, they're
What's their
certified.
agenda?
They're practicing
I don't care.
physicians.
I don't care whether they're
They don't
certified
count?
or
See how
not.
you just
No, they
touched-
count.
Yeah.
They
See
count.
how you just touched
Yes.
your mask?
Yes.
So are you wearing a mask to protect me or yourself?
Both of us. And the
Okay,
mask.
so when you touch your mask,
Yes. When I touch
if
it,
you
it's
have
on the
COVID, you're
outside.
then spreading it everywhere.
No, that's
yes,
not
you
true.
are. It's,
Yes, when you
it's
show me
proven.
that, literature, I will believe it. But that's not the case.
Show you data that if
Yes.
you touch your mask, you get COVID on your hands if you have it.
So if I have COVID that would be coming out of here, if I would have and touch my mask and it might be a little bit of COVID on here,
Yes.
Right.
That's right where the germs accumulate
Right.
and the virus. Most of it goes right through the mask, but it also accumulates in your mouth, in your throat, and
right.
on your mask.
And so did you know that if you do risk mitigation, it works and the cases go down?
Okay.
And even with some of this, if you use hand sanitizer and wash your hands, then you don't
Can I
transmit
ask
it.
a question?
I've never seen anybody sanitize after they touch your mask. I saw you do it twice, and you've never sanitized.
Okay.
Regarding like myself, I haven't worn a mask this entire time.
Yes.
I did have like a cough some time ago, but like I've had coughs in the past.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether
You might have had it.
Yeah,
You might
it's-
not have had
right.
it.
But
you
how-
you don't test either, right?
Right.
Right.
Are you aware? Have you heard that they say that the PCR test can be as high as 80% false positive? Have you
I've heard that, but the science is showing it's about 7 to 10% false positive.
You know that you sound like you're just repeating bullet points that you memorized? Let me ask you this question. What do you gain out of this? What do you personally gain from doing this, what you're doing?
Yeah, what's your motivation?
I've wondered that every time I pass you.
Because
What do you
I'll tell
get from doing
I'll tell you
this?
what my motivation is. The people in this country are losing their jobs. There's
Because you're doing this.
There are 20.
You're spreading this
what-
misinformation.
There are
But
20
he's
million
right. This is
people
why they're
on
losing their jobs.
unemployment.
Why? Because
Their
of me?
unemployment is
Yes,
ending.
because you're
People like
spreading
you that
disinformation
haven't
and
worn masks,
encouraging
that haven't
people to
actually shut it
believe
down,
that this
and
is
our
fake.
government
In New Jersey,
that actually
wait,
didn't shut it down.
I didn't go out for the first 6 months. I didn't do any of this,
Okay.
right? But yet in
Well, so
New Jersey,
you,
but wait, I
so
didn't.
I understand. I understand why you're.
Please, I'll listen to
I'm
you.
just going to say I understand why you're burnt. Then that's all.
No. All I'm saying
We
is that I
don't
was in New
have
Jersey.
any money to gain
Wait,
from
no.
doing this.
That wasn't the
I- I-
question.
Amazon
All-
does,
all-
Facebook does, Google
That wasn't
does,
the question.
YouTube does.
Yeah, that's still
No,
not.
all I was
Gates
gonna say is-
does.
That's
They're the
off
ones
point.
that are
Let's
all
stay on
getting
point.
rich
Let's stay
over
on point.
making us
But let's stay on
fearful.
point.
Wait. All I was going to say is that so initially, like New Jersey did the first lockdown. When maybe it was in April or May. It was pretty early on, right? And
No, it
I mean,
wasn't. It was very late.
I had nothing to do. I wasn't out on the streets. I wasn't
Right.
doing anything.
Yeah,
Right.
so
at
I
that
understand
point.
why you're upset.
And so yeah, at that point, they literally. It was weird because they had all the small businesses closed down.
Yes.
They had all these strict rules, and yet you would walk into Home Depot, and it was like a normal day. Only like a lot of the people were being told that they had to wear masks.
Yes. So
but yet,
let me explain
yeah,
what
go ahead.
happened there.
Okay.
The problem is that the countries where it worked, they shut everything down. And in one country, the psycho country called China, they locked it down because they have the authoritarian ability to do that. But countries that get it and understand cooperation, they have a more homogenous culture without the divisiveness we have in America. Taiwan, 500 cases. South Korea, something like 1,000 cases.
Africa?
I'm talking about the countries that actually did what I'm saying, which is a complete shutdown for 3 weeks to a month. And then when they opened up, they did aggressive testing. They did aggressive contact tracing. They did mandatory quarantining of people that actually had the illness, and they shut it down. Japan has 125 million people. We have 325 million people. Japan has 1,000 cases a day. We have 200,000 cases a day because of Trump's idiocy and this whole freaking stupid administration and the propaganda bullshit that has been coming out from the alt-right and the alt-left that say the virus doesn't exist. It is so fucking stupid that this bullshit propaganda is going around and killing Americans. 250,000 plus are dead, more will die. If we go for herd immunity, we're gonna see 3 million Americans dead. That's about all I have to say. Done deal. If you can accept 3 million Americans dead because of herd immunity, you're sheeple.
No, they're not dying of the virus. Some are, but most are dying of cancer,
You think
car
it's funny
accidents,
every
stroke,
time that,
heart
You don't
attack,
understand death certificates and this
hospital
stupid
care.
propaganda about death certificates is just
$1,000 for
stupid.
every single case
You
that they
don't
list as
understand.
COVID.
Comorbidity
And I have a friend that works
still
with them
happens.
as a nurse
And
right
when you
here
die
at
from
Sarasota
COVID because it
Memorial,
caused
but
heart
she
failure,
called
it's
me
still
6 months
COVID.
ago.
COVID
She had a
is the
patient
principal
that
cause
died
of death.
Guys,
Contributors
Her boss
from
told her
COPD.
Excuse me,
kidney
hold on,
failure,
1 second.
and brain disease.
Guys, I don't really like to
COVID.
come out here and
She
argue.
didn't
I
even
just
have
like to
a
have
positive
like, you know what I mean? It's
COVID
better, like, if we're
Right,
gonna
but
have
when she's talking propaganda, it's stupid.
It's a nurse that works at.
It doesn't matter when you look at the global science of what's actually going on.
Women died of suicide.
Hold on one second. How do you determine what is and what is not propaganda? I don't know how to do that.
I go to scientific articles and read what actually was determined in science rather than leading some pundit's opinion about it.
So do we.
Oh, okay. Well, I do it as a profession. I'm a doctor,
Okay.
triple board certified, and I know what is going on because I read every article to the end to find out what the truth is.
There is an article recently just put out, like yesterday, it was on I think it was on Zero Hedge, and it was brought up that a guy he's a head of a pharmaceutical company.
Yeah.
Did you read that article?
No, I don't know what you're saying.
He literally is calling the entire virus a media hoax. I'm not putting words like that's what he calls it.
So he's an idiot.
He
He
literally
can't
is in
help it.
charge of a pharmaceutical company that makes vaccines.
Good.
And you know, how is it that his opinion is he part of the propaganda? then?
Apparently, because he's not reading science and not knowing what's actually going on.
How do you determine? Like, so you just wing it and you go, yes,
You are the
absolutely.
answer. You are the answer
If somebody,
No,
your
I
own
read the
question.
science and I know what's going on, and when he says something that's completely opposite of what's actually factually true in science, he's obviously an idiot.
You are
He's
the answer to
obviously
your own question.
refuting.
Yeah, I'm adamant about not giving an inch of my freedom because
Yeah, dude, they'll take it off.
that's where we're headed, right? And
Agenda 21, one world government.
guys-
I've taken a picture
Oh,
already,
thank you.
but I want to do it again.
by the way, you guys
I
want
want
to
to
hold
keep
silent with us for
posting
5
it.
minutes?
I'm good, man.
You good? All right. I'm here on Saturdays. I'm here on Saturdays, and if you're ever around again and you want to, though, you know, it's just, you know, if you have time and you think it's worth it, or you know, if you want to,
Pass it through right
because
now.
you do get to meet other like-minded people, which is not so easy to do these days, right? I mean, you're in the you must have family members, right, who disagree with your perspective.
Oh, yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah. You know Andy Kaufman?
Oh yeah, Dr. Andrew. Yeah, Andrew
All
Kaufman.
his stuff is like 100% out there, but it just keeps getting deleted off YouTube, you know?
Yeah, and it's not valid to like I'm not going to even tell people that I know that it's true.
Yeah.
But you have to wonder.
Entertain the idea, you know?
Yeah,
At
like
least
at least, and then use where's common sense in this
yeah,
world?
yeah, it's the
Dude,
Mr.
look
Smith.
up, it's called the Danish study.
Yeah.
It's on Reuters.com.
Okay.
It's the only true study that has ever been done about comparing masks to no masks in like a clinical study.
Yeah.
And it
Danish study, that'll help.
Yeah, the
it was
N95 mask.
scientifically the difference between people who got infected wearing masks
Yep.
and people who got infected not wearing masks
Okay.
was scientifically so insignificant.
Yep.
And it's the only study that's ever been done on masks.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I promise you, I will do that. I have it on. See what's nice when I
Yeah.
videotape this now.
Reuters-
I can always
Go back
look.
and watch it.
Yeah. I found so many things that I'd like. Otherwise, you would lose it in the conversation. I'm gonna give you guys these.
Hell yeah.
Then you get people like that who just like,
Just because, you know, I know it's out there and it sounds crazy.
Martin Kenny. Martin Kenny, you know Martin Kenny?
No, I don't know Martin Kenny.
Check out Martin Kenny. His
Oh,
video,
really?
His video
Oh,
on
good.
that
I'll
is-
check him out.
It's legit.
Yeah, you've watched, so
Oh,
you've
yeah.
kind of heard about this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This is all out there, man.
And yeah. And it's, but I mean, you know, normal. It's interesting because, like, you know, there's a lot of people who are anti-mask because they're they're involved in Trump.
Yeah,
so if I hand those same people like the card, often that becomes like a little bit like.
Ask them what Bohemian Grove is, or the Bilderberg Group, or any of that stuff. They have no idea.
No.
They're like,
No. I made a new banner over there, and it has, you know, the Google, you know how the Google has 666 in it, and Google Play is the sign of Satan sideways and all that. So I put all that stuff on there, and then all the celebrities doing the 666 sign. Because like all that stuff, I think, you know, it helps plant seeds in people's mind. Like, why are all these people doing signs with 666 over their eyeball? What is that all about, right?
You gotta keep it, you know, that's part of their. They have to show us the truth, you know, but the symbolism is where it's hidden.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you're not aware, you'll never see it, but in order for them to actually like accomplish what they're trying to do, they have to show us. It's like part of it's a rule, essentially. You know, they can't do anything without telling us before.
So hoaxes, you know, got all the shooting hoaxes and everything else, then obviously. Wow, you guys are awesome. It's so nice to bump into people who, who know the bullshit.
Like, it's a very common thing with the left is like they just turn to aggression and they try to demean you when they have no leg to stand on. And it's so funny because they want to talk about science, but they don't really have any. You know, they're just repeating things that are from the mainstream media because the mainstream media is always talking about science.
it's all theory, dude.
There's no true science that's proving
Right.
anything. The science is it's a 99.7% survival rate.
So what are you guys gonna do about it? Because I'm checking out in what 10, 20 years. No, you know, I'm getting old. But you guys gotta live in this world. I mean, whoa!
It's not looking
Figure
good,
it out as we go.
It's not. You guys are vastly outnumbered right now. And
It's every country, everywhere. It's one world government, one world order. You know.
and it's biblical. No? I think it's biblical, man.
Yeah.
It really feels like
Awesome.
this is beyond the capability of a mere man to come up with something so freaking sick and diabolical as what's taking place here.
Yeah.
Who
knows?
Yeah.
In the pharmaceutical industry, or Facebook.
But yeah, that's unfortunately too. It's like, you know, like that's the kind of like that wasn't even a conversation. Like that's almost as good as it gets, man. Like at least he gave me a little bit of his time, but
Yeah, people get angry though. It's the Agent Smith effect from the Matrix, man. Anybody turns into it, you know, instantaneously when they
We appreciate what you guys are doing.
awesome.
Yeah, we're gonna go take
Thanks
a walk.
so much. I appreciate talking with you guys. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
See you guys.
You too.
Yeah, good job.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's a free person.
So that guy was good for business. At least he brings lots of eyeballs. But wow.
I could hear her a little bit, but I couldn't hear the guys. So it's really weird. Some voices just depends on their tone. I can hear better than others. I was hoping being outside might get them.
Here, I'm gonna move in. We get you out of the sun. The sun keeps moving over as it gets later.
I was going dancing tonight. I could use a little color on my face.
Well, you know what? All right, no, I was. I remember my brother.
Do you want me to hold this other
No,
side?
I'm good. I don't want to have you killing yourself. I appreciate it. Thank you.
One thing I found it determined to do is not get angry, not take stuff apart, and
Awesome.
because stress is absolutely one of the main causes of lowering our immune
Yeah.
system.
I got all stressed out yesterday. I was on chatting with one of my friends and we were disagreeing on things. How you doing, sir? How is that fresh air? It's beautiful, isn't it? It is.
You know, that's got a whole herd of people that are willing to be free.
Anybody want to take off their mask and take a whiff of a nice hit of fresh air? It feels good, guys. I got to tell you.
Get sick then.
Get sick? Of what? Flu? How you doing, sir?
Doing good.
Yeah. Doing as good as you can in this crazy world, maybe?
I am.
I mean,
Yep.
did you ever think that this could ever get to this point
No.
in a million years?
No, we've been doing a lot of research too, so nope. Never thought it would, but
Yeah.
a lot of people kind of knew it was coming, so
Yeah. Well, you can definitely feel something was coming, but
Yeah.
man, I didn't imagine this. I didn't know you could pull this off.
no. Are you able to convince some people?
No, I don't think there's any convincing. Hopefully planting some seeds and, you know, in the people who are
Yeah.
slightly You know, there's a lot of people that, believe it or not, who are wearing these masks, but they're wearing them just because they don't want to upset other people.
It's
So
more
those
of
are the
a-
people
they
that
think
are.
it's the love thing.
Yeah,
Like
those are our target
kindness.
markets.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good luck to you.
Thanks, man. Yeah, everybody tells me I'm like a carnival barker because I shout out stuff at people, like rather than just stand here and let people, you know what I mean, come to me. Because that works too. If you just stay quiet, you know what I mean, then people.
Yeah. I was down here for about 6 months on Saturdays campaigning for Bernie. And,
For what?
I was campaigning for Bernie.
Oh,
Sanders,
okay. Oh, okay. Yep.
Who I love. I don't understand why he supported Biden, but I guess he probably just had pressure, whatever. I don't know, but I couldn't. But so I'm surprised.
Hello.
Somebody Hello.
You guys are tigers out there. I saw that.
I'm a Brooklyn Tiger. So,
Good for you. You know what? Well, that's what's going to take, I think, to defend our freedom at
yes,
this point.
it is.
You know.
You can't let these people shout you down.
Yeah.
Having come from New York and seen what was done, the windows smashed in, and that's not a falsehood. Saks Fifth Avenue,
Yeah.
Macy's,
Boarded up right now, even.
boarded up because they were smashed
I mean,
in.
what kind of life is that?
That's de Blasio's life, who does nothing.
Yeah.
He's the mayor of New York, I'm sorry to say.
Anyway, good for you.
All right, guys.
Anyhow,
Yep. Thank you. So you guys, if you wanted, there's a Danish study that now has proven that the masks are absolutely useless. If you just Google Danish study, you might be able to at least free yourself from the muzzle, but it's up to you. Don't believe me, that's for sure. I'm just a nut job. Yeah, I get anxiety from
So
wearing
I'm just pushing the virus if I have it.
Yep.
Out even further. This doesn't make sense. How are you today? Okay. It's kind of hard to do okay these days. Period. Trying to find a little bright spot now and
You want to
then.
get a life?
Excuse me?
You want to wake up to what reality is.
Yeah.
And
Do you think that you don't think that there's any brainwashing involved?
no.
No. You think the TV?
You think that the COVID is a fake? Do you think all those people that died
Well,
are fake?
there are like
Do
40,000.
you think that all the people that died are fake?
I want to answer a question. There's
No, I asked you the question.
I've heard that motorcycle accidents are being labeled as COVID. I've heard that people are dying from all. No, you don't want to chat. Okay. Hey, how you doing?
Hey, buddy. Where you been? I've been all over.
Thomas Jefferson says it well. Choose dangerous freedom over peaceful slavery. I don't know. Sometimes there's so much disinformation. How you doing, ma'am?
Well, you know what?
Want to have an intelligent conversation about masks?
I think that I believe in wearing masks.
You do?
I believe.
Yeah. Have you heard though that there are literally like tens of thousands now of doctors who are making claims that this virus is nowhere near.
I don't believe that.
Excuse me?
I don't believe that.
You don't believe that? Okay.
Where do you get your news?
Is it possible that the TV is lying to you and the government lies to you? Anybody
Is it
think that?
possible that the media is the virus?
Yeah.
It is.
If we have to wear masks for the next 5 years, are you guys all, raise your hands if you're all good for wearing masks for another 5 years? Is that all right? Yeah. Nobody wants to raise their hand? I'm with you.
10 years.
10 years. Ah, she wants to wear the mask for 10 years. She's a trooper.
So I'm clearly not a big mask fan wearer.
I see that.
But I want to know the science behind it because I get talked all the time like, "Where's your mask?"
Yeah.
So what's my answer?
Oh,
Besides,
okay.
It's just my free choice.
Wow. Yeah. Well, I'm sure you have
The
some
Reader's
ideas.
Digest, the elevator pitch portion.
Yeah. That's a good point. For
Besides
me,
the fact that I don't like being
for
told
me,
what
there's many doctors out there who are making claims that this virus is either nowhere near the danger level that it's being portrayed as, or that it's actually 100% it's a hoax. And that why are these doctors' opinions not valued when they're certified doctors? They're practicing physicians in the United States, licensed doctors. Why is their opinion not matter? right? You know, that would be one thing for me. There's so many things that don't add up. Being able to sit down and eat without a mask makes, if it was that dangerous, why would I sit down and risk getting a deadly virus
over having lunch?
Right, over lunch. I would choose not to. So it's a charade that people are playing. How about curfews? What the heck?
Ridiculous. Oh, I know.
Yeah. So, you know, those are just a few of the things I try to mention to people. But generally, you know, the people wearing the masks, for whatever reason, they're in that state where you're, where it's not possible. Yeah.
The media is the virus.
Right. Isn't that the truth?
It really is. I made that sign early on. The media.
I was actually on my phone with my friend who lives. I'm from Chicago, and I was on the phone with her yesterday, and she told me to hold on a second, and she rolled her window down to ask somebody why they weren't wearing their masks, because she's in senior housing, and she's with one-on-one there, and they're you know, seniors have a little bit more challenge. Or anybody with any kind of underlying health benefits does. But I said to her, she went into this whole thing about you're putting people at risk, you're prolonging the length of this virus, it's very inconsiderate, blah, blah, blah. And I said to her, well, that's not your place to just roll your window down and tell people that they should be wearing a mask.
Yeah.
And I told her, I very reluctantly carry one around with me and wear it, but I don't believe in all this bullshit. And then she launched into the whole death toll and how many people are dying and whatever, but it's not really related to, this isn't preventing or helping or hurting it.
No, in fact, there's look at the inside of your mask right there.
It's
Have you seen it?
Yeah, I have to throw it in the washer.
Not to be, but I mean that's everybody, right? I mean it's not like you're a special situation there.
Right.
So you know you have all that issue, and there's plenty of doctors who are bringing that up. The fact that you have like bacteria buildup very, very quickly that takes place on these inside of these things. So. You know, if you add everything up, you have to start wondering what is going on here. The destruction of small businesses. Small businesses can't open, but the big businesses, you can go to a grocery store and pick up products, put them back down, right?
Yeah.
No, that's not a problem. I mean,
Because people who are benefiting from the lockdown are Mark Zuckerberg,
The
Amazon,
hospitals and the big businesses, the big hospitals.
Google indirectly,
Yeah.
YouTube. They're all working together to create mouse and fear so that we're running and vaccinated.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, I don't think we should make it Big Pharma has our interest first. They have one interest, and that is scaring the shit out of us.
but a lot of people believe that. Oh no, I was going to put that behind you. I didn't want to put you in the sun.
How are people receiving it? Are you getting any pushback? Are you getting
We get what we have right here with you is like the best case scenario where I get to chat with people who are kind of already aware of this.
Yeah.
Occasionally though, I will talk with have an open-minded mask wearer who's still stuck in the fear level, and then you can have a little bit of a conversation with them, but they're still generally going to be stuck to their their belief system and won't be able to challenge it enough to be able to not that I'm going to say I'm right.
No.
But
no. Yeah.
But knowing all the other lies that are in this world, for me, it feels like a safer bet that there's an agenda at place here.
Yeah.
The media is
The logic of all. It's the logic of it all.
Yeah. The lack of it.
All right.
Thanks for chatting.
Yeah. Have a good day.
I have a favor to ask you. Would you be willing to take a picture of us on your phone and text me, or with my phone if you're not?
I'll do it on your phone. Or do you have a card?
Use mine?
Or mine. I mean, do you have a card? And I can send it to you.
I'll get the signs in.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right, and then send it to who?
Just send it to me, that'd be great.
Okay, what is your, let me see how I can do this. Okay, what's your phone number?
808-896-1914.
Okay. I'll send it off.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
If you ever want to join us on a Saturday too.
I'm going back to Chicago.
Oh, you are. All right. Have a good trip.
Be kidding.
I'm kidding? No, I'm not. Why are you running away from me then? Why do you comment and run? That's what they like to do, right? Tell me why I'm wrong, and then run away.